Congratulations. Coach, why don't you go ahead and with an opening statement, we'll open it up for questions here. We'll talk a little bit about the performance of Keon Johnson as well.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I would say, it's hard playing friends, first of all. John is, I think, one of the best coaches in the country, and he's been really good to me over the years. And you know, he's a Xavier guy, just like I am. And every time I call, he answers the phone and gives me insight and intel and schemes and coaching and leadership. And I think that just says a lot about him and his character, and his teams are a nightmare to prepare for. He's, you know, I told him, like, you can just tell on tape the team is leaning forward and really bought in, and they're going to have a really good year. So I have a ton of respect for him and his program. This is a great win for our program. You mentioned little Keon. You know, he's been that way throughout his entire career. You know, a kid that wasn't highly recruited at all, was as far down on the depth chart as you could possibly be his freshman year. One guy had a hamstring pull, the other guy got sick, and one guy missed the bus, and we went to our first scrimmage. I didn't think he was even going to play his entire freshman year, and he had 26 and 8 in our first scrimmage, and he never came out of the lineup since. So it's like Lou Garrett and Wally Pipp story, and he's just been that way his whole career. He's that guy that's not a great. This isn't a slight on him, but you know, you don't see the real Keon until the lights come on. You know, some guys aren't great practice players, but when those lights come on, it just elevates their performance, it elevates their bravado, and he just makes big shot after big shot his entire career. But not just him, I thought our guys showed a lot of wherewithal and a lot of stick-to-itiveness when they're down 8 late in the game, and you know, Keon put us on his back, but we got some key stops, some key rebounds, and key moments, and you know, and we got some momentum on our side, and the rest took care of itself. I know this sounds cliche and it sounds like coach speak, but this is a program win. Not only the guys on the floor, the scout team did a phenomenal job. I think I have the best staff in the country. Winthrop University, the president gives us the resources that we need to be successful. Our administrators work their tail off every day to put our players and our coaches in great positions to be successful. So for any of them that are listening back there, this isn't just our win. This is our win. This is a university and a program win.
Any questions for Coach Kelsey? Right here, Mike.
Coach, can you just explain what Keon was going through with his foot?
He was just cramping like crazy. You know, he hurt his foot prior to the Florida State game and couldn't play in the game, but that wasn't. My understanding is that's not the injury. He just was, just needed fluids and was dehydrated. And that's just who he is, man. He's just a little warrior and fearless. I mean, they list him at 5'7", the dude's 5'4", and he just plays with a chip on his shoulder. And I apologize that he can't be here right now because he's down there with ice all over him, probably going to have an IV, but probably the amount of quotes that you would get sitting here right now is the same if he was sitting here. It's his greatest strength is his greatest weakness. He's just so stoic. He doesn't say boo. I say all the time, if he wins the lottery or his dog gets run over by a car, his disposition is exactly the same, and that's his makeup. But he's a great kid, and so proud of him. He's grown so much. He's had his best 2 academic semesters of his entire life, the last 2 semesters, and he's grown up a lot as well. So it's a sad day when I have to stop coaching a guy like Keon Johnson. But I'm proud of all those guys in the locker room today. They fought.
Illini got up by 10 with 3 minutes left. They kind of found a way to at least keep Keon from scoring. What was the switch there, maybe, where he got going again in the last minute and a half?
You know, they asked me that on TV when we got down 8, whatever it was, and I told them, I said, I made this really, really astute, smart, bright basketball move, and that was get the ball to number 5 and get the heck out of the way. And let him make plays. And we tried to open the floor for him. We tried to bring the 5 out into on balls and try to get him loose in space. And he made a bunch of plays. But You go back and watch the tape, there were huge plays that maybe go unnoticed to the naked eye, but Tevin Prescott's rebound late, Rod Perkins sort of tip out late to get us another possession. As much as it was the heroic shots that he was making, I felt like our guys sat down and got stops on the defensive end and got big defensive rebounds in key moments as well.
Any other questions for Coach Kelsey? All right, thank you, Coach, for coming out. Congratulations.